and welcome to some Hydroneer in creative mode. I have a thing that I want to test. So I blew up Ember Cradle. Took way too long for something that you think is a nuclear bomb. Takes a long time to clear dirt. Probably didn't need to clear all that I did, but I cleared it and then I built over the top of it. And I have this ugly contraption. I actually kind of like it. It took a long time to build in creative. I tried this recording once before. I realized after I changed shirts, because it was another day, I was like, maybe 2 recordings. But what I want to test is what pressure does for ram drills, or tier 1 drills, whatever their name is these days. Their description says that more water pressure makes them work faster. And harvesters, the things that are up here, their tooltip says that more water pressure gives you better yields. I see a lot of people go through a lot of effort of putting up all of these pressure chambers to make sure that all of their harvesters have 100% pressure. And I don't know if it makes a difference. I haven't seen anyone do like hardcore research on what sort of difference it actually makes. So I want to test it. I built up this chamber right here. This line is actually under pressure to right here. This valve is turned off. That's keeping all of this from not working. But I'm not using boosters now. I was going to use boosters to start with until I had to start laying down a whole bunch of pipe. Then I decided it's not worth it. I might do a follow-up test later if a bunch of people complain about this, but I doubt they will. What viewership. Yeah, so 0 pressure. I have tested this a few times before, cleared all the resources, threw everything out. I know that even though that says 0, this still runs. I didn't think that used to be the case. It might be a bug right now. This might mean nothing after a few patches, but even if I have 0 pressure on this thing, it was still running. And then I've set up 2 separate lines going on both of these belts that are equal distance. There's the same number of pipe in both of them. The conveyors look a little bit funny, the sorters, purely because of how I set it up to make sure that they're the same line distance-wise. But I'm putting some pressure in right here. After each of these, they go up a staircase just because it was fun. We just ran my head through the floor right there. Yeah. Just to bother everyone's OCD, I don't have all of these platforms going the same way. I will tell you, I accidentally picked up enough of them trying to build this thing that I just got sick of it. But anyways, pipes come up through here, power both of these harvesters at the same pressure. Things go up through a jewel polisher, gem cutter, up into a sorter. We have iron, gold, shards, conundrum, clotteradum, and then all of the jewels should go into this little thing. I did have a problem where some of them were getting caught up, so I had to turn these around and do some weird pipes. It's weird. They were getting stuck on this lever. Such a strange thing for them to get stuck on. I kind of wish they would change the inputs of these things, like get rid of that lever, make that no clip maybe. That would be great. But all the gems should come into here. All of these are empty. I'm clicking on them. Oop. Remnants. I pulled everything out and poofed it. Yeah, all of these are empty. No gems. No gems. Let's double check. Nope. Okay, all of these are empty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on and I'm going to let it run for an hour all by itself. And I have these little counters right here. The logic gates, count gates, set to as low as I can get them to. They don't start on 0, they start on 1. But after an hour of as close to 100% pressure as you can get, it's a whatever this is, Claudium, Lautium. I think like dirt clot, that's where I get that. The gold pipes, so it's 250% pressure, no boosters. So it's close to 250% pressure going into this one and 0 pressure going into this one. I'm going to see if after an hour, these counters are massively different. And then I'm going to collect all of the resources, compress all of the gems. I'm going to take them over here to the scales of judgment and weigh them and see what the difference is. And if you're wondering why this one's kind of weird, it's because if I put it in the ground, I couldn't see the weight. So sad about that, but you know, it's just going to be there to bother all of your OCD, and you're going to learn how to just live with it. But for one, I'm going to prep my timer here and turn this on. 3, 2, 1. Click. Okay, it's going. So for an hour. I just want to make sure that, yeah, see? Even though that has, everyone saw that thing just thump, even though it has 0 pressure, it still thumps. So we're going to go for an hour. We're going to see what sort of difference there is. So I see one of them said 5, one of them said 6, 7, 6, 8. It is going faster. 7, 9, a little bit faster. When I was testing it, they seemed to be going at the same rate, so I had to extend the pipes. It was like 50% pressure here and 250% pressure there, and it was too similar, and I didn't like it. So added some more pipes in this massive weave, just so that for sure, making sure that I can get the 0 pressure. But yeah, let's see. Little dirt chunks coming up, and they are as low as they can go. Epic seizure time. Come on, there we go. They are as low as they can go in Ember Cradle. So in the mechanics of Hydroneer, as everyone likes to say, including the game itself, the deeper you go, the better your rewards. So it's only tier 1. I'm not going to worry about the tier 2 stuff. Didn't want to dig that deep. Kind of want to keep it a nice, simple control. And even though it's only tier 1, it isn't the deepest that all tier 1s can go. But yeah, it's working. I see they aren't coming in at equal rates. So right off the bat, I do know they are firing at different speeds. Like I saw a few YouTubers that would post the stuff and they would have 2 of them next to each other. Like, oh yeah, that's firing slower. I'm like, is it though? Or I'm gonna find out exactly. And I'm gonna see if there's a difference in yield. I'm a little worried about the gems, but it seems like they're working. We'll find out after an hour. I'm not gonna sit here and watch this for an hour. That's just utter craziness. I don't even know key bindings of this game to show like HUDless. I've seen people do it. Okay, well, provided none of those function keys just massively borked OBS, this is what's gonna be for like an hour. You guys watch a little speedy lapse, and I will go pet a cat. And that's an hour right there. Yeah, I've blocked myself in. I can't. Now it's over an hour. Oh, I failed. Hold the pipe. Listen to the water. I did a little bit of work after the fact of the recording starting. Listen to that wonderful dripping water. The sound that's just drives you crazy. Like how you can't climb out of a hole. So anyways, this was fairly obvious quite early that there was a difference in speed. And there's a little bit left on the conveyor belts. The final count, it would seem, after an hour, 905 to 642. Plug in some math, run the formulas, resources per minute by pressure, and I think you technically lose 2.5% with that thing. So don't do 250% there. Do 247.5 right there. And 0 by 0. Math. But what I want to do now is I would like to let this thing run. Where's my magic box? There you are. Until the values are equal. So I'm going to be playing with some of the logic a little bit here. Okay, so those aren't equal, and that is running. That is what I want. If I set this to 642, 642. Is that the right number? Yes. 42. I'm going to turn it off. No. The answer is no. Okay, so it looks like I hit play. And the numbers are the same. I have not done a lot with the logic in this game. I much prefer the logic of games like Minecraft with the redstone and oxygen not included with their logic gates. This logic, I struggle to call it logic because it counts. Like actual logic is just A, B, yes, no, on, off, 1, 0. Maybe not from like an actual scientific standpoint. I don't know. Didn't study logic in college too much, but that's my understanding of the concept. These numbers, counting numbers, drive me nuts. But I need to go get the equivalent of a NOT gate from the logic barn. And that's another thing. Like they have them some weird names. And it might just be that I'm so used to oxygen not included, but oxygen not included seems to make a lot more sense. Like this thing, it's called a flip. Look at these. Where's not gate? Just give me the word not gate. Turns an incoming logic signal of 0 to a 1 and anything bigger or equal to a 1 to a 0. I think that's what I want. Turns incoming logic value into 1, then 0, then 1, 0. So that toggles back and forth. Only allows it to go in one direction. Okay. I think that right there is the thing that I need. Put on my hat and fly on back over. Yeah, I might just, wrong way. I might just be being picky about terms, but I just feel like the logic in Oni is so elegant. And this is not. Maybe it just has bigger needs of calculations. Ooh, rough landing. Okay. Just because I want to look at it. Then play. Yeah, okay, there, it turned off. So I'm not I'm not convinced this is going to work the way that it wants to, so I might have to watch it a little bit. But I'm going to have stuck on the conveyors. I'm going to set that to 905. Nope. 905. Go. See if I can't get back across. I've made a mess down here. Jump. I was up there earlier. Goodness, why is this gotta be so difficult? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I don't want that one running. We're just gonna pull that out for now. And slap this back in. Right there. And let that go. Until it reaches 900. I'm not going to time this one. I'm just going to go mess around and stuff. Spring. Just no clip my way through. Yeah. Some stuff we could play with. I so wish you could jump conveyors better. We can start the process of weighing everything. And it doesn't look like we got any stuck gems. That's nice. Squish them down. Ooh, we did get some onyx. I was not expecting that. In my tests of it, granted I didn't let it run for an hour, I didn't get any onyx. It kind of seems weird. You do and don't get such things. But I'm gonna keep the numbers secret. Other than the ones that you see while I'm loading this up, the big stuff, you don't get, no, you gotta wait. So, goodbye, get out of here, go on, come back later. Well, two things. One, apologies for suddenly having worse lighting. So my soft lighting once again blew up. The permanent power adapter, not the battery, and I have no idea where the battery is at. Anywho, this thing hit 95. And turned off, and I had to reload a save because my gem compressor wasn't working, so that said 0, but it turned off like it was supposed to. So two things that I wanted to test was, one, is this thing for sure slower than with less water pressure? That was a solid yes. Second thing that I wanted to test is, let's pull that off. Does it affect resources? I'll let that run for just long enough to clear off everything on the conveyor belt. We did technically do that with the other one. We want as even as we can get. But yeah, so the Cloudium wasn't getting sorted right. It was all going like a split. Some gems were in this cauldron, some Cloudium was in there. And then this thing wouldn't compress for whatever reason. Not sure why. So reloaded the save. Now it works. Moved all the Cloudium over. Gems don't melt. Cloudium doesn't compress. Just fine and dandy. Just a little bit of manual labor on my part. But it wasn't like there was a lot to have to do. Turn that off. I do... Magic wand down here somewhere, I thought. Maybe not. I got like 5 other things because I just couldn't keep track of them. The next test that I want to do is the harvesters. Basically this whole thing just with harvesters having different pressure. But that's going to have to wait until I fix my lighting. Anywho, for there's a magic wand. Going to pour iron, gold, shards, cloudium, and we'll get the final weight comparison going. Well, that's pretty gosh darn interesting, if I do say so myself. So iron was a little bit better on the slower one. Gold, a little bit better on the faster one. So just for clarification, faster one is on the left, slower one is on the right. Shards, a little bit better on the faster one. Cloudium, pretty much equal. A little bit, tiny bit better on the faster one. Ruby, we have 42 to 48. Sapphire, 30 to 33. Emerald, 26 to 29. And opal, well, not opal, onyx is 1.99 to 16. That was the one difference, is the faster side did get a little bit better opal. But if you tally up all the weights of all of this side and all the weights of all this side, the side that had less pressure got a total of 2,015.44 grams, pounds, whatever unit of measurement they have. 2015 weight, if I did my maths right. If anyone cares to add all that up, go for it. I will probably do it again while editing, but meh. And this side, the fast side, with more pressure, actually came in at 2,014.01 weight units. So just ever so slightly, like a unit and a half less on the weight scale. And just for the funsies, I actually think I'm gonna put all these in some buckets and then sell them and just see which one got more. I'm inclined to say the more side got more because it has opals, more money, but I don't know for sure. I don't know for absolutes. Can I put a bucket in a bucket? I don't believe I can. I think I tried this once before. It did not work. Nope. Okay, so there we go. The one sort of variable that's kind of hard for me to account for is the shards, because you can't sell shards, so those kind of detract from the value. But the more side got 36,899 hydro coins, and the less pressure side, given enough time to catch up, got 3,000. I can't say numbers. 33,474. 74. That's really hard. For some reason, I just have a really hard time saying numbers. I see the number. I know the number. This little flappy thing in my mouth just doesn't like to say numbers. I can think it could in my brain hole. I just can't say it. Anyways, a difference of, 3,000 coins, not quite 3,000. 2,800 coins. All things considered, probably not that much. I feel like maybe just a few lucky pulls on the onyx is what bumped this side up a little bit more. Good science would mean that I run this same thing a few more times for a few more hours and see what comes out of it. But I am lazy. So tentatively, just entry-level knee-jerk reaction, I will say, the game's tooltip is exactly right. It says exactly what it says that it would do. It doesn't really affect your yield. You just get faster results with the drills, not the harvesters. If this one test wants to mean anything to anybody, if you want to be paranoid about it, there is more coins in the more pressure bucket after one go of it. Is it enough to justify the work behind pressurizing all of your drills to optimal efficiency? If you're having fun with it, I guess. But that's it for experiment 1. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my descent into madness, and I will catch you in the next episode. Outro.